Little bonus video for you, this one. This, as you can probably work out, is a Caterham. It's a 2005 Caterham to be exact, but that's not really of any relevance because they haven't changed a great deal since they first came out as the Lotus 7 back in the 1950s. Now, this particular example is an ex-Caterham Academy car, and that means that it's bought by a privateer, by an individual who wants to get into a little bit of racing, and it's a 2-year-long Caterham Academy series where you get a lot of kind of semi-amateur to keen enthusiast level people racing these cars, being trained by Caterham, having the cars prepped and maintained by them. After they finish that 2-year academy run, they're then sold on often to other members of the public, either to use as track cars or road cars, or to be re-entered into the Academy series. This particular example is fully roadworthy and has got some slightly more tame road level tyres on it. It might well be peeing it down today, but when we were offered the keys to drive an ex-racing Caterham on the road, I wasn't going to say no. So let's fly in the face of all common sense and find out what it's like to drive a racing Caterham on the road on a very, very rainy day. What could possibly go wrong?
Right, rather brilliantly, just as we've pulled out of the industrial estate, it started raining more. So this is going to be even more the should you drive a Caterham in the rain experience. So I'll get some of the technical stuff out of the way before we really go for it. It's powered by, in this particular case, a 1600 Rover K series engine. Now it has the head worked over a little bit by Lotus, and that means that in Academy trim, this thing's good for about 160 horsepower, which in something that weighs about as much as a crisp packet is plentiful. It's a weird thing to get into a Caterham. We didn't film it because, frankly, there's too many gratuitous bum shots that probably would have happened. But you squeeze yourself in between the transmission tunnel and the side impact bar, and then when you're in, it's actually quite spacious. I've got room for my legs, I've got room for my arms and my knees, my shoulders. I'm 6'1" and I certainly don't feel hemmed in. You might think it would be a bit odd to go and buy an ex-race car for the road and then use it as such, but don't forget, these aren't cars that have been binned into crash barriers. They're not cars that people have done experience days on, and they're subject to a strict maintenance regime by Lotus. Right, we're coming out of town now, enough of the tedious practicality. I'm in second gear. Let's see what it can do. Whoa! Whoa! Not full throttle, nothing like full throttle in third gear, and we went sideways. The other thing factoring against you on driving something like a Caterham on the road is the steering. It is razor sharp. I'm not kidding, a little flick of the wrist, I could change lanes if I wanted to. It really is just next level eager and responsive, which means you've got to be paying the utmost attention to where you're going and what you're doing. You know, as if a car that will completely break traction wasn't intimidating enough. The wipers are doing a good job, to be fair, and so they need to be, because in a car this low you do get sprayed with road grime and just everything. And these side windows, don't forget, they're optional. This is a race car at the end of the day. Oh, speed bump. That's not too bad, actually. Seriously, I think my modern Mini would have been just as firm over that. Let's do another one. That's not uncomfortable, particularly considering I'm sitting on a plastic seat with absolutely no padding on it. But the immediacy of the throttle is what gets you. It's just... If what you want from a sports car is every single sensation of driving, everything from pressing the pedals and changing gears and turning the wheel and having the front end follow where you point it, you want one of these. The steering is perfectly weighted. This tiny little chunky Momo steering wheel, it just suits the car's steering and driving characteristics.
And that sharp steering, combined with a short wheelbase, lightweight, rear-driven car on fairly slick tyres, in the wet, and piloted by an average driver, means that life with a Caterham can get nervy.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa! And there's your reminder that any Caterham is the kind of car you've got to be awake for. don't for 1 minute imagine that this is a winter commuter. Yes, a good Caterham is 20, 30, 40,000 pounds, but that doesn't mean it can be your one-car garage. It's always asking the most of your driving ability. The steering, as I keep saying, isn't just sharp, it's nervy. It's really, really little flicks of the wheel get it going across the road. If ever, when you just start to get comfortable with it, just gently ease onto the throttle and it just takes off. There's not many cars that will give you so much immediate reaction, so much intensity. You've got to drive like it reacts. You've got to be immediate. You've got to be 110% on the ball, because if you waver even for a second, as I proved, even at low speeds in anything other than bone dry conditions, it'll bite you. It's not a case of, oh right, I'm not up for this now, let's calm down. You want to calm down, you have a hot bath. I'll just have a cold shower in the rain in a Caterham. I know this isn't our usual informed road test where we talk you through the history and the significance of a car. This is just a quick 15 minutes. We were thrown the keys to the Caterham and said, take it for a spin if you like. And I am so glad I did. It shows you what driving can still be like in an age of autonomous electric cars. A car that will only give you back what you put in and will force you to be the best driver you can be all the time is a wonderful antidote. I love it.
Like a glove.